Hello, Carol. Hope you're doing well. This is Tess. She's
Okay.
about 10 months now, and I'm getting her out of her kennel here. She spends about an hour in the kennel before we go outside and do any training. But in this case, I'm just taking her out so she can relieve
That's it.
herself. I always take her out
Girl.
on the leash and take her out at heel.
Sit. Tess, heel.
And we'll do this about 4 times a day.
Tess, take care of business.
Take care of business is the relief command that we use. Lets her know she can go out the full length of the leash
Girl.
without pulling and relieve herself.
Tess, heel.
Then we go back into heel and go back inside. A lot of times I will practice some turns, maybe do some 180s before we finish up and go back in.
Tess, okay.
She's fed twice a day and she's expected to sit and wait and then be released to eat. For regular training sessions, which I do every day or every other day, and last about 20 minutes or so, I've been putting a 50-foot rope on her.
That's it.
And then basically what I'll do is I'll sit her and I'll go about 10 yards away and then I'll call her to me.
Tess, here.
And on a daily basis, at least at the time I made this, I was doing this about 10
Tess,
times at 10
here.
yards, and then I would do it
Tess, sit.
10 times at 50 yards.
Leave it.
It really surprised me when you said that after a while they don't even know they have this rope on, because we've been doing this for months, and this rope, at least for about the first 10 minutes of the session,
No.
is a huge
Sit.
distraction. She just will not leave the thing alone.
No.
I also found out that
Here.
as soon as you turn a camera
Tess,
on,
Tess, heel.
the dog becomes much less
Leave it.
obedient.
Heel.
I don't know what it is about a camera being present that everything seems to go wrong.
Tess,
I don't
leave
know.
it.
So I'm taking a minute here to try to get her focus back and
Girl.
just healing and going to do some turns.
Heel. Tess, sit. Leave it.
So mainly I've just been at 10 yards, I'll call her to me, sit her and call her to me, and then I'll go out
Right
to
here.
50 yards and I'll
Good.
sit and call her to me.
Tess.
And
here.
I've calibrated this so
That's it.
that I get compliance. Here she is with the rope
Leave it.
again. So that I get compliance about 9 out of 10 times.
Good girl.
And then as soon as I start getting it every time, then
No.
I
Here.
increase it. So now,
Tess, sit.
this was about a week
Good
ago,
girl.
so now we're out to 75 yards. I'll sit her at 75 yards and I'll go out and walk a ways from her, and then I'll call her back.
Good girl.
Now, something else I've been doing is I will let her go and just explore and look for things and sniff for a short period, keeping her within the distance of the rope, and then I'll call her back.
Good. Tess. Okay.
And we'll walk around my property and do this, and walk around my neighbor's property, and I'll recall her maybe 10, 15 times at various distances.
Good. Tess, sit.
And in the course of doing this, I'll go out various distances away from her. I'll sit her. I'll walk around her. I'll walk by her. I'll walk out of her sight.
Sit.
I'll go behind trees. I'll do things that I know makes it really tempting for her to follow me. And I'll try to do it to the point where I'm getting compliance almost every time. I also do a lot of shooting. And I'll go different distances from her. And I'll fire
Good.
gunshots and just make
Tess,
sure
sit.
that she's studied to that. We started at probably 150 yards away, just sitting the dogs and then shooting 150 yards away. And I've gradually been making it closer until I could shoot probably 8 or 10 yards from her now. And it's not much of a distraction for her.
No.
Here we're doing some heel work. This has been an ongoing frustration. is that she wants to walk a little bit ahead. You can see her jump back into position. I think she knows where I want her to walk, but she just has this drive to walk a little bit ahead of me. And I'm looking for any ideas as to how to better work on it. So, and any other comments you might have, I really would welcome them. Just shoot me a message or whatever you want to do. And looking for ideas to make this process as easy as possible and have a great gun dog. So, thanks a lot, Carol. We'll talk to you later.